welcome. I tried something new with my audio today. I have no idea if it worked, but we'll see. Welcome to my stream, and we're going to dive right back into where we left off with the... Let's switch over to my display here. There we go. Okay, so yesterday what we did was we worked on generating room exploders and room diggers and other, what are they calling them, layers? Yeah, layers. Adding layers to the room builders, so we can create a general room and then tweak it slightly. This one was the Voronoi map, and then we tweaked it with the cellular automata. This is the BSP interior, or the simple map builder or something like that, and then we modified it with the Drunkard's Walk. And then we took the simple map again and then modified it with DLA by eating out little bits. And we did the exploder last, where we took each room, we used the BSP dungeon style, and once that was done, we dug out little areas within the room to make the rooms a little less rectangular. Excuse me. So we're up to this one now, rounding room corners. So I think we're all clean. We are. So let's dive right in. We're going to add a new map builders called room corner rounding. All right. Let's see, what is this doing? It looks like it's got a function called fill of corner, and the build grabs the rooms, and then it iterates over each. Okay, it iterates over each room and says, okay, if this is a corner, then do this, apply this, whatever this is to it. All right, it fits all on one page. Good. Let's do this. New super. And rect. Okay, and then random number generator. This is an elementless or a fieldless struct. Let's see, what did we... Exploder, right? I just want to copy paste that. This bit here. And put it here. Corner rounder. Because it's identical code. It'd be nice if there was some way to make that more generic. Okay, and then it's over here. Impl room corner rounder. Okay, so this is the function that fills in corners. So if corner takes an X and Y and the map itself. We can grab the width and the height, and then what are we doing with that? We're saying, oh, we're looking left, up, right, and down to see if they are all walls. And if they are all if there are exactly two walls, then we assume we're in a corner. That's not strictly true, right? Because we have, if you have a room to the left, or a wall to the left and a wall to the right, then it's going to be considered a corner. Or a room, a wall up and a wall down, that's going to be considered a corner as well. Is there a way we can clean that up? Let me think while I'm typing here. Pages built data. Height. So build data map, XY IDX, X and Y. Okay. And then we have this neighbor walls thing. So we want to say if there's two adjacent walls. I'm thinking maybe what we could do is add different numbers and then just check for that. Let's try that. So we can say if x is greater than 0 and build data map tiles IDX. Oops, I missed a dot. -1 is tile type wall. So we can do left and right. It'll be different numbers. Why don't we work it that way? We can say neighbor walls plus equals 10. Right? And then we'll do the same thing for IDX -1. So if x is less than width -2, then we can add 1. And then to neighbor walls, we'll add 10. That way, neighbor walls will be 10 if there's exactly one wall to the left or the right, and it'll be 20 if there's one on the left and on the right. And then we can say if, and we do the same thing for y, right? So let's just copy paste that. And then this will be y is greater than 0. And this will be IDX minus W as U size. And this will be IDX as W plus W as U size. This is y is less than height minus 2. And then we'll just do 1 here and 1 here. Right, so it should be 11 if there's 1 above or below and 1 to the left and right. But any other number would result in a value that's 20 or 2 or something like that. If there's a wall on each location, then it'll be 22. So we can say if neighbor walls is 11, there's 1 on the top or the bottom, and there's 1 on the left or the right. Then we'll fill it in. Like that. And then we have our build function. It does not use a random number generator. Okay. And it does take the build data. Does it return anything? It does not. I should know that by now. I've done 100 of these. Okay, rooms equals if let some rooms builder equals build data rooms builder clone. Else, can I just do this, or will it complain? Room rounding requires a builder with room structures. I don't know if it'll complain because the branches of the if are going to be different. Let's find out. For room in rooms iter, it might not complain because panic never returns, so it doesn't matter. Fill if corner room.x1 plus 1 room.y1 plus 1 and build data. And then we'll do the other 3 corners and then build data take snapshot. Like that. And now we just need to adjust these guys. So this is 2. This is 2. This is 2. And this is 2, right? Yeah, okay, that works. I'll let cargo format reformat that. All right, and then we need to include it in our mod for the map builders. So we'll just use this and change exploder to, oh, I've already forgotten the name, rounder? Room corner rounding. Like that. Okay, and then we'll just toss it in here. We got a BSP dungeon builder, and then we'll call room corner rounder. Okay, now we'll be able to check to see if if all that works. 2 of those. Didn't like that. Okay, is that the only? Well, that stopped from compiling. So, oops, missed this. Oh. I think we could just do that, and that should solve it. I missed that out. Right, that was in there. I just left out the initializer. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it doesn't mind this panic over here, which is fine. Okay. Let's see. Let's build the WASM for it and see if it rounds some corners. Yep, it's definitely rounding corners. And I actually saw it put the stairs in because the stairs were in the last room that got rounded, so my eyes were already in that location. Okay, so it looks like it's rounding the corners. This I'm not sure about. Looks like maybe this was a quarter or something that got added somehow. I missed how that got built. But everything else looks like it got rounded. So that worked out pretty well. Let's check this in. Oh, I can't run Clippy because of all the errors. Okay, let's just run cargo format. Add source. Give commit. Rounded corner rooms. Good. Okay, so after that, we're going to decouple rooms and corridors. There's a fair amount of shared code between BSP room placement and simple map room placement, but with different corridor decision making. What if we were to decouple the stages so the room algorithms decide where the rooms go and another algorithm draws them, possibly changing how they are drawn, and the third algorithm places the corridors? Our improved framework supports this with just a bit of algorithm tweaking. So here's simple map with the corridor code removed. And then we're going to add a new file called rooms corridors dogleg. Okay. All right, let's do that. So we're going to change this to let's just build rooms. So that means this changes to build rooms. And then we just need, we pull out the vertical tunnel and the horizontal tunnel. We still apply the room to the map. Why do we do this though? Rooms push and then take a second snapshot. Because we're not changing the build data, there's no snapshot to... Yeah, I don't think we need that. I think we can just do this. Just checking over the rest of the code to see that there's no other changes there. It looks, this all looks the same. I added the break, that was my own addition to the code, and then if it's okay, then we do that. Okay, that looks good. All right, and then we're going to create a new file called rooms corridors dogleg. Then builder map, a rect. Apply horizontal and apply vertical come from the map code. The map common code, I think. Yeah, and then we have the random number generator. And then I should have saved this in a register here. Oops. There we go. And now it should be available in general. Okay, and then we're going to change this to dogleg corridors, and this is a meta map builder. Just like that. Build map, and we're going to call this corridors. And then we build the corners. How do we do that? CORIDORS itself, random number generator, and our build data. And we're going to, let's see. We do the same thing we did last time to grab the rooms builder. We're just going to clone it so that we can modify the build data. So this is essentially the same code we had before. We could have just copy pasted it from simple map builder. All right. Rooms builder.clone, else panic. Maybe I'll leave that off. Okay, just to be consistent. And then for I and room, in rooms, iter, enumerate. If I is greater than 0. Oh, because we're subtracting 1 here. Okay. If I said skip 1, would I start out at 1? Let's find out. Prev x, prev y equals rooms I as u size. It should already be u size because it's an enumerate. -1 center. If RNG range 0 to 2 equals 1, then we're going to apply horizontal tunnel from prev x and to new x and new y. Oh, prev y. And then apply vertical tunnel, build data map, prev y, new y, and new x. Else we'll do the opposite. And then we're going to say build data take snapshot. So we can see each dogleg as it gets built. So then copy paste those there. We'll flip around just to be consistent with that. and this is prev x. And we have prev x, new x, and new y. Like that. Okay, and then we need to add it to our chain. Oh, and we change it to a simple map builder now. Wow, okay. I was just trying to find that one there. And we're doing simple map builder now. Like that. And instead of the room corner rounder, we're going to do dog leg corridors. Oh, and then we have to add it up here. And I gotta remember the file name because it was a weird file name. Rooms, corridors, dog leg. There. Okay. Does that check? It does. So we were able to use the source map, builders, rooms, there. Yeah, so we were able to use the skip one. Well, let's see if it runs without panicking. It should run without panicking. Let's find out. Let's build a WASM. And we're going to try this out. It should do this, and then we should see all of the rooms hook up. Get connected together. Yep, so that skip one worked fine. Perfect. And this time the downstairs ended up being right in the middle of the corridor because it's furthest away. It used to be the center of the last room that got added, but now it's, because of the way we have it hooked up, it's always going to be the... Oh, I didn't change any of those. Room-based spawner, room-based stairs, and room-based starting position. I used the other ones, so... yeah, I've just got area starting position. So I just found something, and then call unreachable, which didn't happen, floor noise spawning, which who knows if that happened, and then distant exit. So that's fine. It still all works. It's kind of neat that you can just plug and play like that. That's the whole purpose behind doing this. So, all right. Let's see. I don't have anything running. Good. Okay, it's easy to do the same to our BSP dungeon builder. In BSP dungeon, we also trim out the corridor code and we'll include the build function for brevity. Oh, okay, so we're just that one thing. And then we have BSP corridors, apparently. Rooms corridors BSP. Interesting. Okay. So let's take a look at BSP. There's actually two different BSP files. There's the BSP dungeon and the BSP interior. So we're looking at this one here. Let me copy that to source map builders and call it rooms corridors bsp.rs. Because I think it's going to be that code again. All right, so we have the rooms. We say rex clear, rex push. Find the first room. We add all the subrex. We still do all of this in rooms, and then we don't do the sort, and we don't do the corridors. Okay. And so it looks like we're actually going to pull out the draw corridor room, the function, which is this guy here. Huh. Oh, that's right. That was this should be in our map code, isn't it? Where is that? There's a function in BSP interior that's part of the BSP interior, and then we have BSP dungeon has it here, and then I copied that, so that's why that exists. Yeah. So how can we, oops, move down here. I want to make this a generic function, right? That comes out of the simple, or the map common code. So let's go over the map common code. We have draw map. That's it. So let's move draw corridor over there. Because it's just a function on a map. We should actually make it a map member function rather than a map, rather than a standalone function. All right, so let's do that. And then what we can do is, instead of saying self draw corridor, which I deleted anyway. Okay, so never mind. We still have add subrects, right? That's still used. What about this next function? Get random rect. We still need that, right? What else is down here? Get random subrect. That's still used. Over here, up there. Okay. And then is possible. Still there. And that's it. Okay. So I think this is cleaned up. And then we want to go into our rooms corridors BSP, which is not going to be in our Git files, is it? Rooms corridors. There it is. All right. So now we're going to change all of this up. So this is going to be a meta map. We don't need the map. We do need rect, and we need draw corridor. And then we need the random number generator. Sure. Use RLTK random number generator. And the reason it wasn't used before is that it's linked in directly like this. Okay, there it is. Oh, right, and I was going to clean up those other instances of RLTK. Okay, in a bit. So meta for BSP corridors. That's right, we have to change this as well. And it doesn't take any fields. What am I doing here? Oh, it does have the box. Okay, and then there's no rect. So let's change this and then delete that. And that's just essentially it. We no longer need this build function. We're going to change it to, and that's what this is going to become as well. All this goes, and the sort goes. Apparently we're going to handle that somewhere else. All right, we'll be touching on sorting in the next heading. Okay, so then, oh, I deleted too much. I see we still need the rooms. Okay, so let's still grab the rooms. We can do it the same way we did it for the BSP. Oh, did we change that as well? No, that just builds it that way. So that's the same. It's just that this changes to the way we do for the meta builder, which was, sure, came from here. Yeah, this code. So we just put that in there. Yeah, that's the same exact thing, except now it's BSP corridors. And we don't need to this or this. We don't need to add subrects. Now we just go straight to the for loop. Now we go rooms and rooms I+1. Yeah, we subtract 1 here. Okay, and then we do the start, end, and draw a corridor. Take a snapshot. We no longer need any of this stuff here, so it's just that. And now we can throw it in here into our map builder. I forget. I'm going to put this comment here, X, Y, Z, T, Y. That way I can find it more easily. And then we don't want simple map builder, we want a BSP dungeon builder. BSP dungeon. And then we're going to change this to the BSP corridors. And then I'm going to change this to the room-based stuff. Right, room-based spawner, room-based starting position, and room-based stairs. I don't think it matters what order we do those in. All right, so let's do it. Oh, we can't do a check because rooms corridors BSP doesn't exist yet. Where's our last mod? Right here. Rooms corridors BSP. We still have an error. Draw corridor is not in map builders, but it is in the crate, right? Nope. Tutorial? Tutorial? Nope. Do I need to export it somehow? Because there's other functions in tutorial map that we have access to. Let's see what those are. And we'll see how we get access to those. Like tile type. Tile type comes into... Oh, maybe I put it in lib. Maybe that's why. Mod. Yeah, I'm just including everything. This should include all the stuff in map. So if we see where do we get tile type from? We see we get it from super. But is it? Yeah, see super : and then tile type. So I'm trying to look to see how, if it's exported somehow, some other way. Because it should be this. Oh, I know why. It's because I'm being dumb. I think it needs to be a pub. Yeah. I forgot to put pub in front of it. So now if I go to... Wow. That did not do what I was hoping for when I did that search. Rooms, corridors. Oh, because it's not there. Files. Rooms, corridors, BSP. There it is. So now I should be able to say draw corridor. Nope. Oh, maybe this one is really coming from the crate then. There, okay. That's where it was coming from. All right. And then we want to try that out to see if we can actually connect all the corridors up. So let's generate the WASM for that. And refresh. And it panicked. Yay. Okay, so now we have something to debug. And once again, I do not see a line number anywhere. which is unfortunate. All right, so we'll go over here. Let me turn that down a little bit, and then actually I need to grab a new window, don't I? So let's grab a new window and slide it over here. And dev RT, and we're just going to cargo run. Now, unfortunately, this takes a little longer to build because it's also building the save load system. Oh, this is what the panic is. Interesting. Pump. 23. Right. It's because I'm not building it with a broom-based thing. Oops. I thought I was. Maybe I forgot to change that. Oh, BSP Dungeon Builder, and then BSP Corridors. BSP Corridors requires a builder with room structures. So let's take a look. Maybe I just introduced a bug there. My eyes are not seeing corridors. Oh, that's right. It's not in there. Keep forgetting. BSP. There we go. Yeah, so it's passing the build map. Let's go back here because that's too bright for me. All right. It should be getting the rooms from the build data, but it's a none. So let's look here again. BSP Dungeon Builder is right there. Let me try printing that out. I think I have debug set for it, but if not, we'll just add that and then see what's going on here. Does not. Okay. Builder map. And map needs debug. Oh, that's going to be a little bit big. Isn't there a way we can Rust derive debug ignore fields? Yeah. Attribute for skipping a field and debug derives. No. Well, this is from 2018. Maybe there's something new. Aha. Is this part of standard Rust? Oh no. This crate provides a set of alternative derived attributes for Rust. Okay, so that doesn't do it. Yeah, I guess there isn't a way to ignore that. The thing is, the map is really big, and so I don't want to see the whole thing. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, so Mizzard says, why don't I just do a manual implementation? Yeah, I could just do that. I actually just want to see what the rooms... See how many rooms there are, and it should be non-zero. I'm not sure what's. Let me actually put it here. So before I do this, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna just print out how many rooms we created. Println created this many rooms, and it's gonna be builder dot. Oops, I forget what all the fields are. Builder dot rooms. Unwrap len. Oh, that. But if if that's a none, It's an option vec rect. Okay, so we can, we can just do is print that one thing out. Builder.rooms. And if that's a none, then we know there's a bug in BSP Dungeon Builder. Oh, builder build data rooms. Duh. Rect cannot be formatted. Okay, so we can do we can get rect. Debug. Okay, so let's run this and see what kind of rooms we came up with. Created none rooms. Left beef. Okay, so we got to figure out why the BSP Dungeon Builder did not generate any rooms. Oh, and I can see exactly why. We forgot to push it. That was dumb. It's up here somewhere. Yeah, this line here. We forgot to add the build data rooms equals some rooms. Okay, so now this should dump out all those rooms and not crash. There we go. Okay, so now it's working. I also want to make sure it still says created none rooms. Why is that? And the map looks really weird. Did you see that? I must have messed something up. There's a corridor that goes nowhere. There's little corridors that go nowhere. This thing goes all the way to here and then stops. So I messed something up. All right. Let's go back to this. We don't need created none rooms anymore. I don't know. That's weird that there aren't any. And yet it all worked. Something to understand for another time, I suppose. Okay, so I think I messed up the way the corridor code works. So let's just double check all of that. It must be here that we messed up. Let's find out. Oh, that's Git files. And then we're looking for corridors BSP. There we go. Okay, so it's 1 to I32 abs x1 minus x2 minus 1. Y1 is 1 to y1 minus y2, absolute value. Then our next room, x1 plus. All we're doing is finding the starting and ending edges. Yeah, those are all the same. So if nothing changed, how would this have gotten messed up? That is really strange. Let's take a look at the draw corridor code and see if there's something here that maybe is, well, x1 is not equal to x2 and y1 is not equal to y2. This is the same code that we had from before. We just make it a floor. And it goes all the way . Yeah. Although this has it drawing these dog legs, right? You can see this one comes over here and goes straight down. There's no dog leg code here. This is just drawing a straight Let's take a look at the diffs. Oops. Okay, yeah, I just deleted that code. Okay. What did we change? So we just pulled this code out of BSP Dungeon Builder. We moved Draw Corridor from BSP Dungeon Builder into the map code. We're calling it here. Everything else should be, yeah, and this is the oh yeah, this is simple map. When we move the horizontal vertical stuff, I never checked that in. I should have checked that in before moving to the next one, because now it's all mixed together, because we have the dog leg and then we have the BSP. This looks like it's doing dog legs. Oh, and that doesn't hook up. Oh, okay, wait a minute. So maybe this is the same, they have the same bug. Yeah, okay, so maybe this is something we'll deal with. Oh yeah, this looks like it works, but if you pay close attention, you'll see why we sorted the rooms in the original algorithm. There's lots of overlap between rooms and corridors don't trend towards the shortest path. This was deliberate. We need to make a room sorter builder to give us some more map building options. Okay. All right. I was going nuts because I didn't continue to read the documentation. So map builders, we're going to create a room sorter. Use super. And it's going to be builder. I'm swapping these around because that's what cargo format's going to do anyway. And then use RLTK. Random number generator. Okay, and then we say, oh, and then say, oops. That's what happens when I accidentally hit F1. All right, so this is a map builder, and we're going to call it build sorter. And this is going to be for room sorter. Okay. This is a very simple one. This could almost be a little derived macro. Sorter, mut self, no random number generator. And the build data, and all we do is sort it. Unwrap, sort by. I guess we'll panic there if there's no rooms, but we were gonna panic anyway, even if we just check. X1, thank you. BX1. So we're just sorting by the X values. And we're not returning anything. Okay. Yeah, we need to hook it into the mod, which is called room sorter. Like that, and then we'll add it to the BSP thing. Builder with room sorter, and we want to sort before we add the corridors so that the corridors get added in the correct order, and now we have the failure. BUILDER map. Okay. Let's generate that WASM and see if this looks a little bit better. Yeah, it still ends up with those little these little bumps. Like it goes a little bit too far, but I mean, it's still all hooked up correctly now. We could try doing a refresh and see, do one more time, see how that looks. Sure. Oops, I forgot to grab it. G, then IA. There we go. Yeah. I guess that looks okay. I'm not going to complain too loudly. All right, then more room sorting options. So let's add this. Git add source. Okay, that's all we need to do. Git commit. Simple map dogleg and BSP corridors. Blizzard says maybe picks the opposite side of the room and then drives it out the other side. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what's happening. It's just going from here to here and then ending up there instead of one below. But that's what they've got in this code, so you know, I'll just shrug and move on. This is more about learning all the techniques here rather than fixing everything. Although there are things that I am messing around with, so that's not strictly true. All right, so more room sorting options. Breaking the sorter into its own step is only really useful if we're going to come up with some different ways to sort the rooms. We're currently sorting by leftmost entry, giving a map that gradually works its way east but jumps around. Let's then add an enum to give us more sorting options. Oh, I see. They're just adding a thing like that, and we'll do both. There's no reason to stop at this stage. So let's go ahead and do that. There's the room sorter. So we'll just say, and I'm gonna make this. I'm just gonna make it with the standard Rust case instead of this all caps stuff they have here. The new now will take a sort by. And initialize it here. Oh wait, I did the wrong spot. This should be room sort enum like that, and then it should be pub struct room sorter sort by like that, and then we just push that right in here, sort by, and we're done. Okay, and then we're going to do the leftmost versus the rightmost. Match self sort by. And stop hitting F1. Okay, and then we'll go over to here and say room sort leftmost. It's going to be this. We're not returning anything, so we can just say that'll get reformatted anyway. And then put a comma there, and then room sort rightmost is going to be the same thing, except it's going to do the X2s. Oops. Don't need that. Okay. And then we have topmost and bottommost. Of course we do. And that's just going to be the Ys. Okay. X is changed to Y, and X is changed to Y. And I think, yeah, and let's cargo format that now because that looks really terrible. There, okay. So we can try it now. Oh, and then central, interesting. Stop that. There we go. Okay. I gotta change my hotkey so I don't scroll left and right using my trackpad. So this is bottommost in action. So it's working its way up as it's adding corridors. Okay. We can do that. We can try that out. Let's go in here. And then we're going to say room corridor new, room sort, bottommost. Doesn't like that. Oh, I didn't add those here. Topmost and bottommost. All right, let's generate the WASM and then refresh. And we'll see if it goes from the bottom towards the top as it builds the corridors. No. Oh, I must have it backwards. It's definitely doing topmost, isn't it? It definitely looked like it was going from the top down. So let's take a look. Should it be Y? No. Topmost is Y1, Y1. And bottommost is Y2, Y2. Huh. Well, let's try top here and see if it works its way from the bottom up. It must be. No, this is Y. Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is Y0 and this is Y43 or whatever it is. So that's probably why that's backwards. Yeah, it's doing it from the top down. And if I say bottommost, it should be doing it from the bottom up. So it did the top down. Refresh. So this should do the bottom up, right? It's doing top down again. All right, let's take a look. I mean, it's comparing the Y2s. That is weird. Oh, I see what's going on here. This is B versus A versus B versus A. Okay. I missed that. That was a little too subtle for me. Yeah. So it's B.Y2 compared to A to Y2. This is BX2 compared to AX2. What was it's kind of throwing me off because we're using 2s. We could use 1s instead, but okay. That should check. All right, and we're gonna check this out. It's still set to bottommost. Okay. So let's generate that WASM file and refresh the browser over here. And see if we can do bottommost. Now it should go from the bottom up. Fingers crossed. Yes. Okay, so that worked. So now there is this central sort. This time we're sorting by distance from the map center. Okay. That sounds like fun. So we pick we find the map center and then we sort. Oh, we're creating an anonymous function here called center sort that we pass into sort by. And it's sorting by the centers of the rooms. and using the Pythagorean distance as opposed to the Manhattan distance, right, of the centers to sort them. And use partial compare because these are floats. Okay. That's pretty exciting. Let's see. Room sort central is going to be let map center. There's our LTK. Let's just say point new and pull point in this way. Point new, where was I? Build data map width over 2 and build data map height over 2. I think that's all that's there. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to create our little function called center sort. And we know it's a function because it uses these vertical bars to define the parameters. And I'm going to put them in cargo format. Spacing, let a center, and then let a center point is point new, a center 0, and a center 1. All right, and then we do the same thing for B. Okay, and then we're going to get the distances. Let distance A, and we'll pull in distance alg from here. Distance alg Pythagoras distance 2D, and we're just doing the A center point to the map center. And we'll do the same thing for B. Oops. Nope. There we go. Changing a little too much there. And then we're going to do a compare here. Distance A, partial compare, distance B, unwrap. And that's what gets returned from our center sort, and then we just say build data rooms, as mute, unwrap. There we go. And we'll sort by center sort. Okay. So now it should work its way from the central rooms outwards to connect all the corridors up. Let's try that out. We'll do a cargo check and see what fails. Oh, we don't have rect. What else? Yes, you don't have to tell me twice. Okay. So that works. What we need now to do is change this to central. Generate the WASM. And then refresh. That certainly seems like it might be actually doing the thing that we said to do. Still confused how the dog legs are working, but I'm not gonna ask too many details right now. Okay. And then we have to clean up our random. I think we're almost done with this chapter. Yeah, so we'll finish out this chapter before we wrap up the stream. All right, cleaning up our random builder. Now that we're getting towards the end of this section, let's take time to really take advantage of what we've built so far. We're going to completely restructure the way we're selecting a random build pattern. Room-based spawning isn't as embarrassingly predictable as it used to be now. So let's make a function that exposes all of the room variety we've built so far. All right, so we can choose one of these. We can choose how we generate the corridors. We can either do dogleg corridors or BSP corridors. So this is how we sort the rooms. And then we either do a room exploder or room corner rounder. All right, so there's a whole bunch of neat things that we're going to now add to our code. So this is random builder, and this is random room builder. I think random room builder, that's a random initial builder. Okay. So this is what we were doing. We grab a random initial builder and then work our way forward. So what we're going to do is blow all of this away. I still want the initial builder because we have all these extra builders here that we're not including. Random shape builder, that's what it's going to be now. Okay. And it takes a builder chain. Okay. So I don't want to delete this yet because we're just going to reuse this. So we have a shape, a non-room based spawner, which is all of this stuff, and then we have room based spawners, which is all this stuff. Okay. All right. So let's get rid of random builder. We can at least delete this one. There we go. Because this is going to change to our non-room one. So this is the room one. Okay. We get in the random number generator. And once again, I'm going to put this up at the top, RLTK. Yep. So use RLTK, random number generator. And that way I can get rid of this. That's random initial builder. Okay. All right, so that's our random number generator. And then we have a builder, which is the builder chain. We still need a random, that's random shape, and random builder, which decides what to do. Okay, we'll get there. This does not return anything. And then we're doing a build role, a corridor role, a modifier role, a start role, exit role, and a spawn role. Some of these can be consolidated, it looks like. Build a role we'll need more than once, but the others we don't reuse, so we can just put those directly in the match. One to 3, and then we match on that. If it's 1, builder start with simple map builder. And if it's 2 or whatever else, this will be BSP dungeon builder, and this is going to be BSP interior builder. Okay. BSP interior still makes holes in the walls. Oh, so now if build role is not 3, so it's simple map or BSP dungeon, sort by one of the 5 available algorithms. Let's sort role. Oh, right, I was just going to say match, RNG roll, dice, 1 to 5. And then 1 is going to be builder with room sorter, new, room sort, leftmost, and it's lowercase builder, and then we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops, I missed something. I did. There we go. Okay, that looks better. And now this will be 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then it becomes rightmost, topmost, bottom most, and then central. Right? Good. And then still inside this if, we say match RNG roll dice 1, 2. 1 is a builder with dogleg corridors. And 2 is a builder with BSP corridors. And then finally, 1 to 6. Oh, okay. So 1 chance in 6 it'll do a room explode, 1 chance in 6 it'll do a room corner, and then the other 4 and 6 it does nothing. Okay. And this is room corner rounder, and then otherwise don't do anything. Okay. And then we have a start roll. And this is outside of here. Match RNG roll dice 1, 2. 1 is a builder with room based starting position. Otherwise, we pick a random starting position and then use the area to find out a floor spot with that. The reason I'm pausing on this right now is that we do have the issue of culling areas, but I guess with room-based stuff we never have to worry about culling. So I'll just keep on keeping on. Let start X and start Y is equal to random start position, which I don't think exists, does it? Yeah, that's something we'll have to write. Builder with area starting position. Start X and start Y. And then we have the exit roll. Either do a builder with based stairs, or we do builder with distant exit. Like that, and then finally our spawns. Is going to either be a builder with room-based spawner, or it's going to be a Voronoi spawner. And that's it. That's the whole random room builder. I want to hit check, but I can't check it because it's going to blow up. Yeah, random builder doesn't exist anymore. And random start position doesn't exist. Okay, so if those are the only two things that are bad, then that's fine. I'm assuming that we're going to get to random... No, we don't. There is no random starting position. Okay, maybe that's just something they overlooked. Yeah, it's nowhere. Okay, and this is when we go and take a look at the code, which is a sort of a cheat, but let's find out. It would be in map, right? Not there. Maybe in one of the map builders. Okay, so here's random start position. Looks like maybe they just overlooked that when they created the, or maybe I overlooked it when I was doing this. It's very possible. There is X start and Y start. Those exist for area starting position. Huh. I wonder if that was supposed to be refactored out. I'm scanning up here to see where those come from. And it does come from area starting position. Interesting. Area starting points. Which I call area starting position. I don't know, why did I change that? Oh, probably because area starting points was the, yeah. Okay. So if we do this, let's pull this in. Let's add this code. Random start position. And it's going to take and it's going to include x start, a tuple of x start and y start. And it's just going to come up with them. So this is kind of interesting way to do it. I was thinking, well, one thing we could just do is just create the tuple with the two matches directly in it. But that might be hard to read. Let me show you what I mean. If I just say this and then say match, or do you roll dice 1 to 3? 1 is x start left, 2 and 3 is center and right. Right, so we create that and then say comma, and then what is this, five lines? Yeah. And this will just be, sorry, not left, but bottom, center, and top. Right, so this would be the code. It's kind of, I mean, if you know what you're looking at, right, you can read it, because this is the first part of the tuple here, and this is the second part of the tuple here. Oh, and then I have an extraneous comma. And I think that will compile. Yeah, so random builder doesn't exist, but that's now the only error. So, but I think it might be easier to read if I say x start equals this, and then say let y start equals this, and then just return x start comma y start, right? Now it's pretty clear what we're doing, and it's not all just syntactically messed up, and it does check. So I think I'm going to do it this way. I think that's easier to read, yeah. Okay, so we have that, and now we need to go back here and do the random shape builder, which is going to be based off of random initial builder. So we'll just change the shape, and then we're going to throw in the builder. What does it return? It just, no, this doesn't return anything. So maybe we can get this all on one line now. So we still do a roll dice, and then we're going to match the builder roll. We still have prefabs. Yeah. All right, so let's reorganize. Oh, the maze builder. I forgot about maze builder. It's not in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so let's line things up with what they've got here. Cellular automata comes first. And then we have various drunkards walk. The numbers don't actually matter, but I'll renumber them anyway. And then we have open area, open halls, winding passages. We have fat passages and fearful symmetry. We then have the maze builder. Then a couple of some of the DLA builders: walk inwards, walk outward, central attractor, insectoid, and then I added 2 more. Okay. Yeah, let me separate them this way so we can actually see. Oh, cargo format might take away the blank lines. That's all right. And then we have the Voronoi builder Manhattan and Voronoi builder Chebyshev and Voronoi builder Pythagoras. We do have the prefab builder. BSPs go away, and the simple map builder goes away. So I'm going to change this guy to this. And I'm still going to have the constant one. And now we don't have to say whether or not it takes a room. So all of these things can go away. So this changes to map builder role. This is a builder role. All of these open brackets go away. Open parens, sorry. And then all of the falses go away. This can come up here. This can come up here. That, I think, is it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Which means this goes to 18. So I've got a couple others, but that's okay. And then we're going to tack on, after we've done this, oops, I just hit the mic. Okay, and then we say builder with area starting position, new X start center, Y start center, lowercase r, and then we're going to call unreachable. We can just do that, say call unreachable, and close that off here, and then, okay, let's do that. Set the start to the center and call. Then we're going to say now set the start to a random starting area. Oops. Start X and start Y. So it's the same code as above. Random start position and builder with area starting position of start X and start Y. Okay. Yeah, so what it's doing is it's picking the middle of the map and then calling any areas that are unreachable from the middle of the map. And then after it's called, then it'll pick a new starting position based on new parameters that we get from random start position. Okay. Set up and exit and spawn the mobs. A builder with Voronoi spawning and distant exit. And then we're done. That's the whole random shape builder. And now we need to create the actual random builder that we're going to use. And I'll put that up here. Random builder. Takes a depth, the random number generator, and returns a builder chain. Yep, just that. Okay. So it's going to pick whether to be a room or a shape. And then room builder. Shape. And this should be an underscore. And that closes that. So then if RNG roll dice 1 and 3 as a 1. This is what we're doing. Okay, builder with waveform collapse builder. And then 1 and 20. And then we're going to do the prefab underground fort. Okay. And then return the builder. We do have the prefab builder over here for creating either the small dungeon thing or the WFC populated thing. And I don't remember the difference is. I think they're the same exact thing. It's just one comes from a Rex level and one comes from a compiled in constant. All right, cargo checks shows us 3 errors. We don't have prefab builder. This is something we had before, so what other errors are there? Can I find? Oh, did I forget to make it a pub? I did. Okay. And then we have match with incompatible types. Oh, interesting. These do all... Oh, I have to build or start with them. I missed all of that, didn't I? Okay. And now... Okay, now I can do this. And say, builder start with open. And then they all need to close at the end. All right. Oh, and then these guys too. I missed these guys. Builder start with. There. And okay, so the last error now is this prefab builder. Git diff. Prefab builder. Oh, prefab builders. It's with an S. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. That must have been another refactor that was overlooked in the documentation. Okay, so now we're down to only 8 warnings, which probably means there's a couple other things we're not using or a couple of things we don't need to, that we have and we don't need. Okay, yeah, like this. We don't need these rects and room faults. Oh, we never do room faults. That's sad. So we'll need to add these guys in as other options, vaults and heavy erosion. So let's do those, and then we'll clean up all of these wrecked things. No, I don't want this. I want this. There we go. So that would be one of these guys here in the prefabs. Right, let's just double check. Prefab. Vaults. Yeah, vaults, and there was one other. Mizzard says, I think the example has vaults at the end. Oh, you're right. Right there. Okay. So the only one that's missing then is the heavy erosion. Okay. Let me do a cargo check here. And then we can look at that. So that, oh, that's coming out of DLA. All right. So yeah, thank you for spotting that. I totally missed that. Let's add that line in. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. Sectional. Right here. Builder with prefab builder. vaults. All right, and then DLA heavy erosion. So let's add that to the DLA. Oh, it's not there. It's here. Heavy erosion. Now I got to renumber all these things. 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And this brings us back up to 19. Okay. I would really like a better way to do this. I should be able to just call each builder and say, register yourselves with some resource somewhere, and then we can just randomly pick it. But okay. So this should fix up those warnings. And we're down to just now the 4 rects. And it says 5 warnings because Rust always just says, issues an extra warning saying we saw some warnings. See, there's a warning that we generated 7 warnings. So now we're down to just these rects. So room exploder doesn't need it. Room corner rounding doesn't need it. Rooms quarters dogleg doesn't need it. And rooms quarters BSP. Okay. There's room sorter 1. I've completely forgotten. No, room sorter needed it. Okay, so rooms exploder doesn't need a rect. Room corner rounding. Room corner dogleg. And finally, quarters BSP. There we go. Okay, now we do a check. And we're clean. Okay. Oh, I should do a clippy too. Oh, nice. After all that, we got a nice clean... It did reformat almost everything. Let's see. Oh, it took away my comma. It took away my comma. Okay, so that got reformatted. Yeah, these all got pulled in. Okay, that's fine. Those got spread out. Not bad. Okay, git commit -m. Yeah, this is done. We're all done. Finished chapter 37. I think that's the first time I've mentioned a chapter in my thing. Okay, let's take a look at, not here. No, this. There we go. Yeah, so we did a few things today. Not as many as yesterday. Yesterday we did a whole bunch of stuff. Wow. But we did finish out this chapter, which is great. Let's see what's on the next chapter. I have about 20 minutes left I can stream, so maybe we can get started. Improved room building. Didn't we just finish improving the room building? In the last chapter, we abstracted our room layout, but kept the actual placement of the rooms the same. They're always rectangles, although this can be mitigated with room explosion and corner rounding. This chapter will add the ability to use rooms of different shapes. Okay. All right, let's scan through the chapter and see what. It's not a very big chapter, based on the size of the scroll bar here. We'll make a builder that accepts a set of rooms as input and outputs those rooms as rectangles on the map. And we'll modify simple map builder and BSP dungeon builder to not duplicate the functionality. Okay. Room drawer. Room drawer. Something that draws rooms. Okay. This is saying room rounding. That should be room drawing, right? I think. This is the same drawing functionality that found in common RS's apply room to map, wrapped in the same meta builder functionality we've used the last couple of chapters. BSP Dungeon simply removed the line referencing apply room to map. Mr. Glitchbite, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Let's see. So if we also have to update is possible to check the rooms list. rather than reading a live map. And then simple map, remove apply room to map, because we're going to use, oh, look at this. Oh, right, we're commenting that out because we're going to just do it directly and then test it out. Okay, fair enough. Hi, Tommy. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so yeah, we can do. I think we can do this. I got 20 minutes before wrapping up, so let's dig right in. How's the roguelike coming along? It's great. We have all these awesome room builders now. It generates awesome maps in all sorts of random, wonderful ways. Let me do a full build and a refresh here. Which I haven't looked at all the changes we made recently. There we go. So refresh. We can, oh, there we go. Now it's building an interior of some description. Oh, and now it panicked. Okay, so we'll have to figure out what that panic is. Maybe that's what we should do now. If I run this, hello, ancient red dragon. Oh yeah, so that's a cool dungeon. Very small, but there it is, and there's the exit up there. So let's restart. The browser's neat because I can just hit refresh. It's loading though. I think it's stuck in some infinite loop. Let me kill that. There must be some bug. Okay, so this is the drunkard's walk thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out because we can't have it just generating bad. Oh, this is kind of neat, this style. Then it called everything, and now it's doing a waveform collapse on it. Somehow it ended up with the downstairs there. Wow, that's a terrible map. Look where we ended up. Oh my god. We ended up in the middle of a wall. So there's a bug somewhere where it's not finding a good starting position. It also didn't do a good cull, right? Because all these areas should have been culled. All right, so there's a bunch of bugs we need to maybe to figure out. That's a shame because those are going to be hard to find based on the fact that it's not repeatable. I'd have to, I guess one thing we can do then is add something which generates a starting seed, and then I should be able to just say use this seed to generate the dungeon. And so that way it'll be the same dungeon every time. And then we can debug. So I think the first thing we should take a look at is that area starting position. Because that obviously found a very bad starting position for us in that last start. Left, top, bottom, right. So all these are in there. And then we should be able to just walk. Oh, I see. It's trying to go from where? It's looking at all of the tiles. And it's finding, for every floor, it finds the distance to the starting point, or the starting seed. And then if, oops, got a typo there. There should be no valid floors to start on. But then it sorts them. And then it picks the first one. Okay, I mean that seems like it's reasonable. Could there have been a hole in that? Oh, I killed it, but I wonder if there was a hole there in that spot. It should have been after the call though. Let's take a look at where the call code is called. Yeah, so we pick a start, the X start, Y start, and then we call the unreachable. So this should have happened. But it didn't. Oh, where did we do the waveform collapse? Because that's what got run. This only happens in the room-based. Oh no, that's not true. It happens either way. Oh, I see. I see what happened. We did a waveform collapse after we chose the starting position here. So we did a random shape builder, right? All right. So this isn't some bug that I introduced. This is the way the code is designed. We did a random shape which generated that thing. We did a waveform collapse on it which rejiggered the entire map. And then we never reset the starting position based on the fact that we did a waveform collapse on it. So I think that's what the bug is. Let's go back to the previous chapter and take a look here. This is right at the bottom where we did this. Yeah, so we picked, yeah, so this is in here. That means, so the waveform collapse regenerates the map, essentially. We would have to, after doing that, pick a new exit and new starting position if we decide to do that. The sectional should be fine, unless the starting position we choose. Yeah, okay. What should we do? Because what I was thinking of, okay, well, we can move this waveform collapse can be moved into the random shape builder before we choose a starting position. Right, we could put it right here between the call and the, although, you know, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do the call until after you've done the waveform collapse, because you want to give a bunch of different shapes to the waveform collapse code, and who cares if they're not attached, because you're just going to wipe them out and regenerate a new map from it. Yeah, so this I'm just trying to think of what would be the right approach. Do we want to just move this? Let me take this and put this here. So we do the waveform collapse, but now it's only going to apply to the shape stuff, not to our room stuff. So maybe we want to do maybe here. Oh wait, but we can't do that if we have a room-based starting position. So maybe we put the code here. Oops. Right, so that way the room can still get a waveform collapse, and then we pick a starting position. Although now room-based stairs and room-based spawner won't work because there are no more rooms. Yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. So if I just do a room-based, ignore the waveform collapse room-based. The only other issue now would be when we pull up the underground fort. If we actually happen to put the fort on top of where the downstairs are. So what the underground fort is, let's take a look at that, is this shape here that we splat on top of the map. So we generate the map, and then we put this shape on top of the map, and it has goblins in there, and it has traps in there, and if we happen to choose the downstairs in one of these spots, and then put this map on top of it, then that level will have no downstairs. So we'd need to pick a new way, generate a new way of coming up with the downstairs. So I think we're going to leave it with this code this way, with the waveform just in the shape. Mizzard says, extra checked if the downstairs has been overridden and regenerated. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely an approach we could take. We could take a look at where the downstairs were, right? We could save the downstairs when we generate it, and then where do we generate the downstairs? Here, it's room-based stairs or distant exit. Oops. So these two lines here are where we put it in the thing, and then after prefab builder and prefab builder vaults, so after the sectional and the vaults, we could say, okay, now did we accidentally overwrite the downstairs, and then generate a new room-based stairs or distant exit. But we would have to know at this point, I mean, at this section of the code here, whether or not we have rooms to do a room-based downstairs, or if we have to do a area-based downstairs. So it makes things a little more complicated. So it'll be something for me to think about then over the course of the day, and maybe tomorrow we can dig into that. Meanwhile, I'm just going to have this one change here. Where I fixed the typo, and then I just moved the waveform collapse just into random shape builder for now. And I'll have this code up on git source, git commit-n, move waveform collapse into shape builder prior to call. Okay, let's push that up. And I think this is a good place to stop. We've gotten got a good chunk of the stuff done, and we now have an issue that we need to deal with that's not dealt with in the documentation. I like the fact that there's 2,288 possible builder combinations. And then tomorrow, we'll see if we can fix that issue with the spawning. And the overwriting of the downstairs and stuff like that, and then we'll get into this improved room building, which should be fun. And we got 5 more chapters to go after that. Actually, this is conclusion, so there's only 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 chapters left to go in this section, and then we'll get into making a game. All right. Let me take a quick refresh here and see who's streaming. Raphael is streaming. And I think he's still working on his debugger for his language. So let's go Raphael Luba. I'm going to pause my audio here so I can hear his... Oh, I guess I'm going to hear his ad first. Okay. A quick ad break, and then we will go over to Raphael. Let's see, he's been streaming for 41 minutes, so he'll probably be going a little further. Jive bindings generator. Generate proper vtables. Okay, vtables are an interesting topic. Let us go raid him, and then I will... Oops, I don't have my audio up. And I will see everybody tomorrow with the next, or the bug fix first for the downstairs and for chapter 38. of the Rust roguelike tutorial. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.